Hi folks, this is day one of our moving in process. I just want to show you around what I'm going to be working on today. So the house we bought has a carpet wall. Yeah, it's carpet. Also there's mirrors everywhere in this house, so we're gonna have to work on that. But I'm gonna be washing a lot of walls. It used to be a smoker's house, so there's a lot of, tobacco staining and stuff. I bought some pucks that absorb smells and stuff, so that should help with the smell. And I'm gonna get started.
Hi folks, welcome to Narration Nation by me. So this is just me getting all the tobacco stain off the walls. That part was really satisfying because you saw the little picture frame shape and then it disappeared. Wow, incredible. So all these mirrors needed like so much TSP because it was just caked on there, and I did try with just Windex for one of them and it was so hard to clean. Like, it was bad. You couldn't clean it. I had to use TSP on literally everything and it was a lot. The worst part, however, is that none of this really mattered because as soon as we took the mirrors down, all of a sudden there's wallpaper under the mirrors, which means there's wallpaper under this paint that is on the walls. So I really didn't have to be cleaning anything and we didn't realize until I was pretty much done cleaning the living room, which was great. Same thing happened in the kitchen. There's wood paneling here and we discovered underneath the wood paneling is drywall that is painted lime green. So that's awesome too. So this cleaning was also moot after we discovered that, but it's still really satisfying content, so I thought I'd keep it in the video. Yeah, so a good portion of my experience so far has been realizing I didn't actually have to, there's the wallpaper there, I didn't actually have to do the things that I was doing, but it's okay. It was satisfying. I'm a Virgo. I like I like cleaning things to the point where they're just like beautiful, spotless, amazing, that kind of thing. So it was fine by me. It was just more about the time that I spent doing it, and I could have been doing something else. I don't know. It was just a little frustrating, but it's all good. It's all good in the hood. So during this cleaning process, we found a couple things. We found some Canadian mint coins stuffed into these cupboards beside me, and we also found a $20 bill in the trim in the living room, which was a nice little gift from the previous person to us. We also found various political comic strips, like newspaper strips, just around, and it's really kind of fun to see what kind of sense of humor the previous guy had because we don't really know a lot about him besides he had some grandkids here at one point, and that's kind of it. So it's kind of cool to see what his sense of humor was and what he thought was something to believe in. So within the next few days, my man got rid of all these cupboards. We'll be replacing them with new ones. We just recently found some cabinets that you will see later on in the video that we repainted, and they're pretty much ready to get put up. Okay, here's me making one of the worst mistakes I made throughout this journey so far. So obviously we had to get rid of the wallpaper, but I didn't realize that the old-fashioned drywall from back in the day had its own little sheet of wallpaper. Like, it's an actual pattern of like what looks like it's supposed to be wood or something. But anyway, I thought that was just more wallpaper, so I just kept cutting into it and I got through that layer too, and then it was just like, oh, this is drywall. So this is the house the next day in all its glory. Look at that stack of mirrors. There's about 7 or 8 of them. It's crazy. So I took down most of the wallpaper and just waited until the sun was out so that I could do some more work. This is my man using the central vacuuming system. I was freaking out when I found out about that central vacuum. I was so happy. I think those are the coolest things in the entire world. This is just me clearing out this little, like, it is the laundry room area, but we're going to be using it as a kitchenette for the time being until our actual kitchen is finished with all of its construction. So we were just cleaning it up and making sure it was livable. It was pretty gross down there. He was using this downstairs area for gardening. This guy loved plants. He loved plants. There was literally so many plants. There's pictures of plants. There's like 7 planters in the backyard. He loved plants. So there was a lot of like potting soil in that cupboard that you saw. It was pretty gnarly. Anyway, here's me ruining more of the walls. You can see what I mean with the small sheet of paper that kind of looks like a wood pattern. I legit thought it was just wallpaper. And then I saw the drywall mud and I was like, that's right? And it wasn't. It was not. And coming up is the moment you've all been waiting for. I am taking down the carpet wall all by my lonesome. It was actually quite easy because there are 2 vents below it, and one of the vents, I guess, was just like, this carpet wall has probably been on here for, I don't know, so long. So the vent actually was sort of drying out the glue, and it made it really easy for it to tear off. So I just did it all by myself. While I was taking down the trim, though, it was labeled piano, so we were wondering if maybe it was an attempt at soundproofing someone playing the piano. I'm not really sure. Anyway, here's just me scraping the rest of the glue substance stuff. There's absolutely no way we can save this wall, so we will have to be drywalling over it. But that's okay because I ruined the rest of the walls. So we'll have to drywall over it. Anyway, woo! Good for me. I don't want to talk about it, man. I don't want to talk about it. So I'm just clearing out the mess. Just trying to make this as satisfactory of a video as possible. Really, it was fun. It was fun taking down this wall. I had a really good time. The video coming up next is where the kitchenette really comes together. My man bought a fridge on the weekend so he can live here because he only lives a few minutes away. So I decided to clean out the fridge for him, and the shelves were just an absolute nightmare because every single one of them was cracked just a little bit. So there was orange goop everywhere. It was not a good time, but I washed every single one of them and it's just sparkling clean now. And now we're able to live downstairs. We have like a portable stove so that we can cook whenever we need to. Yeah, that's that orange gunk I was telling you about. Also, one of my tasks for day 4, was this ceiling. It was driving me insane how brown it was. And so I just went to town and turned it white. And this is the dirt. I'm trying to show the dirt on these windows, but the light was just like not having it. I don't know what to do, man, with that. But it was also a really satisfying thing. I videotaped like almost every single cleaning stroke I did, and oh my god, yes, looks so good. All these windows are actually really new. Even the ones in the bedroom, like pretty much the whole house, every single window is like brand new. So it was nice to see all the cigarette stuff just come off really easily on these. I also decided to get a head start on cleaning the ceiling here because I actually had access to it. You'll notice before I didn't really go up very high on the walls. It's not because I didn't want to, it's because I didn't have a step stool at the time. So a lot of the walls are really orange at the top. It's not my fault, I promise. I did go back and clean them, so don't worry about that. But I just decided to get the corners of the ceiling while I was up there so that I could just get that ceiling done as quick as possible once I got the correct mop to clean it. And I did. Here's some more window cleaning. This will be our master bedroom when the time comes, but right now it is empty, but also full of tools and painting things and stuff like that. But we're really excited about this wood wall. We kind of were iffy about it at first, but then I don't know, we think we could stain it and it'll probably look kind of cool, so we're gonna keep it for now. This is me cleaning the rest of that ceiling that I was telling you about. I finally got a mop to make my life easier, so I went to town. It was a really satisfying time, this one. It's funny because I thought it looked so white when I was finished cleaning it with the mop, but then I gave it a new fresh coat of paint, and wow, it was not white at all. It wasn't even close to white. It's crazy. Look at this. Look at the difference. I can't believe it. I really thought it was so clean when I was cleaning it, but oh my gosh. This really humbled me, this painting experience, for sure. I do wish I had taken the fan down before I did this, but honestly, I couldn't do it by myself and my man was at work. So I just had to suffer with the inconvenience of this fan and my head hitting it constantly as I was doing this, but it's fine. Things happen. This was also really humbling because I really thought this part was like sparkling clean, and look how gray it was still. I can't believe it. This hallway was one of the worst for the cigarette staining. I think it's because he smoked a lot downstairs and the smoke would just travel up through this hallway, so it really was nasty at the high points of the wall. So I just went ham. I went crazy, and I think it looks a lot better. You'll see the half and half difference of me doing one side of this hallway right now. Haha, gotcha. So this is the clean part. Ew, look at that difference. Look at the difference. That's crazy. Yeah, it's everywhere, and unfortunately we have to clean literally everything. But it's satisfying work, I'll tell you that much. So this is when we took the cabinets down, and there was a bunch of glue on the other side, and he also took the siding down. So this is me spackling my life away because this just like, it's so torn up from all the glue and whatever else. This fortunately, this was the only part of the wall that was really like it. Like, the rest of the kitchen is good. It doesn't really need all this spackling, but this was such a pain. I've never done it before, and honestly, the spackling part was fine. It's just the sandpapering part that drives me insane. It's dusty, it dries out my hands, and I don't like it. However, my excitement for painting this wall is really getting me through all of these activities. Also, every now and then I would spot a nail from the trim, and I would have to use my entire body weight to get it out of the wall because it was just embedded in there, and that was really frustrating as well. So here is me just finishing off the sort of edges of the ceiling because we had trim there before and I couldn't really do it. So I'm just throwing that paint on there. The walls are going to be the same color as the ceiling. Don't worry though, it's not going to be like a landlord spectacular thing. There's just going to be a lot of intense colors in the cabinetry and the tiling of the rest of the kitchen when we get there. So a neutral white was sort of the best way to go for this. Speaking of cabinetry, this was my first time stripping any sort of paint and also sanding cabinets of any kind, and I feel like I did a really good job. Not gonna lie, like I'll brag about this because I feel like it looks amazing and I'm really happy with the results. This is just the primer. So the lady at the store, so I originally bought this paint for our living room, and then we decided that we wanted like a green and black kitchen. So then I was like, oh well, I'll just use the paint that we had. So when we put the paint on, both me and my man were like, like I don't know if this is the right green for the vibe that we're going for. But I do think the main issue is that the walls currently are bright lime green, and that may be skewing our perception of what is the right green. So I'm really, really hoping that by the end of this, it'll look fine with, all the black other stuff. But for now, we were, a little iffy about it. But I think it'll be fine. I think it will end up looking really, really good. Anyway, this is me finishing up the first cabinet and moving on to the second one. Both will be for our kitchen. Cabinet number 2 has got the goo. Oh my god, dude. Stripping this one was literally the worst thing ever in my life. It looked like caca, and it smelled like caca, and it was terrible, and I hated it. If you care about your floors, don't be stripping anything on your floor. Fortunately for us, we are getting rid of this floor, so it won't matter. But it does look like some child just like diarrhea all over the floor right now. So apologies for anyone who has to come into our house now. It is really disturbing looking, but I promise it's not what you think it is. It's just stain, I swear. And here we are back with the primer. Yeah, boy. I saw some people say that they like the blue more, but it's my house, so I'm gonna do whatever I want with my house, you know what I mean? Also, if you're curious about like the inspirations that we're going for, I do have a Pinterest board, so maybe comment if you want me to link that in my next video, because I will do it. I will do it for you guys if you're interested. Otherwise, I'm gonna keep it to myself because it's kind of nice, like surprising people, you know what I mean? With my taste. My mom will be surprised that it's not all black, but there are quite a few dark colors, because I may be an emo kid, but I'm also a goblin at heart. So I'm gonna make my house look like a cute little cave for me and my little goblin heart. Well, folks, we have come to the end of the first week of my reno/cleaning. It's actually been closer to about 2.5 weeks, but I've only been there for 7 days. So thanks for watching, and please subscribe for more.